So the dharna politics in Rajasthan has exploded. Congress has taken to streets demanding even now an assembly session. Meanwhile, the governor calls it a pressure tactic. So is dharna a political right of a party or is a threat tactic? Good evening and welcome. I'm Pooja Shali. We have a special debate lined up. First, take a look at this ground report.
डेमोक्रेसी खतरे में डाल रखी है।
A day after these unprecedented scenes at the Raj Bhavan in Jaipur, the Congress is keeping the heat on. Congress party MLAs staged a dharna in support of Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, demanding an assembly session. The Chief Minister has locked horns with Governor Kalraj Mishra, accusing him of acting under pressure from the central government. The governor has refused to budge, calling the dharna an intimidation tactic by the Congress. The Congress also staged protests across the state, alleging a BJP conspiracy to bring down the Gehlot government.
केंद्र के दबाव में राज्यपाल ने इसलिए किया है कि केंद्र की बीजेपी का इशारा है कि इस सत्र को और लेट करो, हमारे विधायक हम और तोड़ लेंगे। पैसे के दम की ताकत पर बीजेपी सरकार को गिराना चाहती है।
The Chief Minister's son Vaibhav Gehlot too joined the dharna.
इसी कोरोना महामारी में जब प्रदेश की सरकार ने शानदार काम किया, ऐसी सरकार को भाजपा की केंद्र की सरकार गिराने का प्रयास कर रही है। मगर मुझे इस बार ऐसा लगता है कि भाजपा ने गलत प्रदेश चुन लिया है।
The BJP, watching from the sidelines, so far has jumped into the fray. A party delegation met the governor on Saturday.
आज जो धरने लगे हैं, उसका जो मुख्य मुद्दा बनाया, वो है विधानसभा का सत्र बुलाया जाए। राज्यपाल पर उस बात का भी दबाव बनाने के लिए पब्लिक ये जो तरीका अपनाया, ये संविधान की घोर अवहेलना है।
Meanwhile, trouble continues to mount for Gehlot as the Enforcement Directorate probes his family members and close aides. Senior RPS officer Anil Paliwal, who lodged an FIR last year naming Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat in a housing society case, is under the scanner over his wife's alleged business deals with Vaibhav Gehlot and his business partner Ratan Kant Sharma. Paliwal's wife Sarika is a promoter of Triton Hotels and Resorts, which owns the Fairmont Hotel and Golden Peace Resort, in which associates of Gehlot family are stakeholders.
जिस फेयरमाउंट होटल में कांग्रेस के विधायक रखे गए थे, उसकी प्रमोटर अनिल पालीवाल जी की धर्मपत्नी है और आरके शर्मा जो वैभव गहलोत, अशोक गहलोत जी के सुपुत्र, वो भी इस होटल से जुड़े हुए हैं।
All eyes are on Governor Kalraj Mishra as Chief Minister Gehlot continues his demand for an assembly session. The final call has to come from the Raj Bhavan.
It is the Raj Bhavan in Jaipur which has become the new akhada of the acrimonious political one-upmanship in the desert state, with Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot levelling serious allegations against the governor whether Kalraj Mishra allows for an assembly session anytime soon or not may determine the political future of the state. With Nikhil Sharma, Devankur Vadhavan in Jaipur, India Today.
Right, let me introduce our panelists for the evening. Adil Singh Boparai, representing the Congress party. From the BJP, Gopal Krishna Agarwal. Also as a constitutional expert to really understand this political crisis, Gaurang Kant is joining me. And our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, also with us for the evening. First to Adil Singh Boparai, because Congress was earlier attacking the BJP of trying to put a pressure on governor in different states. This time, the Congress party and its MLAs decided to land up in the lawns and attempt a dharna. Isn't that also a pressure tactic, Adil Singh?
Well, Pooja, do you want democracy to survive in this country?
By the dharna.
There's a big question mark on the survival of democracy in this country. The law of the land, and this is the constitutional mandate, that when the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister makes a request to the governor to convene the session, the governor has no choice but to convene the legislature. This is the law of the land. Till 2 weeks back, Satish Punia and Gulab Chand Kataria were writing open letters in newspapers and making public declarations that Mr. Gehlot's government is a minority government. Now, today, when Mr. Gehlot wants to prove his strength on the floor of the House, we are being obstructed from doing so. ये किस तरह का इंसाफ है? On one hand, you allege that we're a minority government, when Mr. Gehlot has stepped forward and said, no, this is the mandate of the people of the state, and we want to prove our strength on the floor of the House. We are being obstructed. There are impediments being placed. So the BJP in the middle of the pandemic,
so Adil Singh, even the governor, when comes across in such a senior position, says, this is pressure politics, I'm being forced to budge, I'm not going to budge like this. Do you think that with your MLAs landing up and staying at the dharna in the Raj Bhavan was a valid step to go for?
Pooja, where's the question of force? This is the law of the land. Please pick up the Constitution, read Article 174 of the Constitution. The moment the Chief Minister wrote to the governor should have immediately convened the session. When it is BJP rule states and when BJP wants to topple governments, they prepone the assembly session like they did in Madhya Pradesh.
Okay, let's take that point to the Bharatiya Janata Party.
And we can't even save our government. They can topple governments in the middle of the pandemic, but we can't even save the mandate.
They are just saving their government. They've seen what has happened in the past and they are trying to ensure whatever it takes that they have the numbers. They're going ahead. What I found interesting was how suddenly the BJP has jumped into the game. Till now, BJP was nowhere. It was just waiting and watching, and suddenly it strikes at the Raj Bhavan directly on Saturday.
Thank you, Pooja, for saying that the BJP till now was nowhere. And now what the Congress spokesperson is saying that everything is being done by BJP. So you now accept that BJP till now was nowhere. But the way Congress is working on the ground in Rajasthan for more than 20 days, the whole Chief Minister, their ministers and MLAs are sitting in a hotel. And when the state is in such a dire state, what they are doing? Just sitting and watching movies? This is not only a pressure politics, it is a dharna politics that they are doing. Drama politics is all
you can buy Congress MLAs, Gajendra Shekhawat can undertake negotiations and pay 35 crore rupees to entice Congress MLAs, and you expect us to keep quiet? Pooja, I will not remain quiet today. They are attacking the Congress today, they will attack the media tomorrow. They are subjugating every institution in this country. Do you want India to remain a democracy any longer or not?
Gopal Krishna Agarwal, before I go to others,
or you want to bury democracy in this country? Then say it. Topple all opposition governments. Let us become a fascist country.
Okay, let's not make it a shouting match. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, okay, respond to this, sir. Respond to this, sir. Why did the BJP suddenly decide today to go to the governor's house? Does it have the numbers? Does it want as an assembly session as the Congress is asking?
It is all is a drama of Congress. They are, who has asked them to prove this majority? This is just a drama, and they are talking about democracy.
And Kataria have written op-eds. They have made public declarations. Stop lying on national television. I will not allow your lying to continue. Satish Punia has made a public declaration. Stop lying.
You are doing
I am sorry, but they are lying.
You cannot even protect democracy in your own party. Riding on the emergency. Adil Bupara is shouting in between.
Yes, Adil, let him respond.
I know my name. I will not allow the debate to continue till I speak my... You have to keep
next 15 seconds, Adil Singh Bopara, let Gopal Krishna Agarwal continue, then I'll go to other guests. Sir, go ahead, sir.
If he interferes again, I will not allow him to...
Sir, go ahead. I'm the moderator. I'm giving you the time. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So this is all drama. Though they are talking about democracy, they cannot protect democracy in their own party. They ride on an emergency, dictatorship of emergency, and laud it, and now they are talking of democracy. What is the democracy? Democracy means you work for the people. What is democracy? If the government people have elected you in Rajasthan, have they elected you to sit in a hotel and enjoy film?
Okay.
And other things.
Okay, yes, the viral videos that had led to much controversy. Let's go across now to Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, who's seen all these years and reported on many of such crises. Rajdeep, can we say this time, at least the Congress seems to be in some control? Compared to earlier, how the parties and governments were literally brushed under the carpet before Congress even realized, do you think this time they're attempting all that it takes?
I think, Pooja, I don't think we can say that the Congress is in control, but we can certainly say that Gehlot is a much more aggressive leader than previous Congress leaders that we've seen in recent times who faced this situation. He's decided to go for broke. I think Ashok Gehlot has decided that if you have to combat the Modi-Shah BJP combined at the center, then it is Nehle pe Dehla. You've got to give it as good as you get. So if the center is accused of putting enforcement agencies against Mr. Gehlot's brother, using the power of the center, then he's using his special operation group allegedly to tap phones of his political rivals. If the center, it appears, is unwilling to even allow his policemen to question, let's say, a Gajendra Shekhawat union minister, then Gehlot is using his policemen to try and, in a way, intimidate his political rivals in Rajasthan. So, in a way, Ashok Gehlot is going for broke. He's 69. He believes this could well be his last term as Rajasthan chief minister. He wants to complete it, but also build himself up within the Congress in a way as someone who's taking on Modi Shah. Look, Pooja, this started off as Pilot versus Gehlot.
Correct.
It's no longer that.
Yes.
It's now Gehlot versus the center, which is why he's also gone to the Raj Bhavan, challenging the governor in a way, accusing the governor of acting under the pressure of the BJP. He knows that this will get him resonance within the Congress. This is a regional strongman who knows his home turf and is giving it as good as he gets. Now, whether it can succeed,
Krishna Agarwal has something to say. Yes.
You cannot deny him.
He's interjecting to you. Let's hear him. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Pooja ji, this started as Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot itself. Now he knows that there is a problem in the Congress, within the Congress, and the center of the Congress is not strong enough to control Pilot. So he is trying to create a drama and include BJP from the central leadership. Where central leadership has integrated into this politics, how he himself is doing this, and SOG, who started this SOG and all the FIR against the...
Adil, I'll come back to you shortly. I just want to take that to Rajdeep again. Yes. Yes, Rajdeep, drama politics, dharna politics, new names are now emerging.
You know, when I hear Agarwal Saab, when I hear Agarwal Saab and Adil Singh Boparai, let's be honest, in the context of Rajasthan, this is power games of a kind that is Sam Dam Dandabhed. You put the enforcement on me, I'll put the SOG on you. You believe that you have the power of the center, I believe I have the power of the state, I will put pressure on the governor. It's sad, because ultimately the constitution should have had enough space, and I think the role of the chief minister, of governor, of speaker is clearly settled in the constitution. Sadly, the Jaipur High Court has not yet given us a clear verdict on the role of the speaker, which is why it's gone to the Supreme Court. But this is, Pooja, a lot of this used to happen in the 1980s, the so-called alleged misuse of Raj Bhavan. Then the BJP was on the receiving end. Then it was Indira Gandhi, or the opposition in general. And Indira Gandhi was seen as this dominant prime minister who was appointing governors who would do her bidding. Now we are seeing that with the BJP. Okay. Please look at what Lalji Tandon, the late Lalji Tandon, does in Madhya Pradesh, and now look at what Kalraj Mishra is doing in Rajasthan. And you can see the chalk and cheese difference in the way they are approaching the entire issue. It's unfortunate that we are in this era of hyper-partisanship, where constitutional functionaries get willy-nilly dragged into these political slugfests, and that's what's happening in Rajasthan.
And for that perspective, I also ensured to have a constitutional expert on our panel. Gaurang Kant is joining me. We've seen in the past how constitution really has not been as respected as political partisanship, but this time, do you think Rajasthan, and which is where constitution needs to play the first role, Gaurang Kant, what do you think according to now needs to be the procedure? Congress says we have the numbers, let us go through.
Well, I don't think anybody is really doubting the numbers which the Congress has. And I think that is one of the grounds which the governor is taking in not convening this session, is he's saying that you have the numbers and nobody is really saying that you don't have the numbers. So what is the need for holding a session? And I don't know, Mr. Gehlot is running time and again going to the governor for calling the session of the House and trying to prove his majority. Nobody till now has really questioned his majority, and nobody is saying that his government has lost the will. So it's very unfortunate that we tend to pressurize the constitutional authorities in such a manner whereby the political parties and the political persons are exerting that sort of a pressure on the governor at a given stage, which we are in current right now, as far as Rajasthan is concerned. I don't think so BJP is taking any claim that there is any reason for the Gehlot government to really come forward and prove their majority before the House. So I think it is absolutely correct on the part of the governor not really to convene or ask for the session to be held at this point of time.
That's an important view. Adil Singh Bopara of the Congress Party, that is for you. You've kept your patience now, but yes, this constant pressure tactic, you've reached out to the governor, then you're accusing the governor's office, then you're accusing the BJP. The problem is it started within your own party, and now you're blaming everything around it.
And they've reached to the Prime Minister.
Can I respond,
yes,
please?
Go ahead. Adil Singh Bopara.
President of India, they are going to president.
You have to mute his voice.
Go to the president.
Yes, Adil Singh.
Pooja, they are entitled to their opinions, but they're not entitled to their facts. A constitution bench of the Supreme Court in the Arunachal Pradesh judgment, Justice Kher made it very clear that the mandate of Article 174 is that if the Council of Ministers seeks the convening of a session, the governor has no power but to act on it. This is point number one. Point number two, Satish Punia and Gulab Chand Kataria have made public declarations. If Mr. Kant or you dispute it, I will send it on India Today and you can play those public declarations that the Congress government is a minority government. On the other side, you have Sachin Pilot and some of his MLAs claiming that the Congress is a minority government. Now, therefore, Mr. Kant, please have your patience. You are an independent lawyer. I'm given to understand. Please.
Is that what your understanding of Constitution is? I mean, please don't
Mr.
try
Kant,
to
I don't need a certificate. I don't need a certificate from you. Please, you are.
No, let him. I don't understand. He's making a point as well.
Why is he interrupting?
No, he's making a point as well. That is also significant.
The constitutional authorities in that.
You have two BJP spokespersons, or do you have one BJP spokesperson?
He's not a BJP. Adil Singh, you need to understand.
You must ask him to keep quiet and let me speak. Let me have my peace.
Okay, one point to Gaurang Kant. Okay, one point to Gaurang Kant, closing quickly so that Adil can respond.
This is absurd, Pooja. I'm not being given a chance to speak.
You will.
There are public declarations made by the BJP. There are public declarations made by Sachin Pilot's camp that we don't have the strength of the House. We want to prove our majority on the floor of the House. We have the right to convene a session. Why is the governor obstructing
Adil Singh Bopara, how will you do it? How will you do it by going across and sitting on a dharna? Okay.
And prepone the assembly session.
Okay.
But we can't seek the convening of a session.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
You want to
I want to give the closing comment to the BJP representative. I heard your view. I heard your view. You need to then quiet down.
Is caught on tape trying to lure MLAs. 35 crore.
Gopal Krishna Agarwal. Yes, Gopal Krishna Agarwal of the BJP. Sir, you heard what the Congress is also saying, that BJP can keep making claims and demands and the Congress cannot even fight for its government. So according to them, this dharna is not a drama politics. It is trying to survive in their own elected state. Closing comments, sir.
One thing, Pooja, one thing. When the governor has said that we will not convene a session, he has said certain questions. He has said that the proper document has not come. There has to be a notice period. So these questions are constitutionally valid. And he is also saying that till you complete those documents, those processes, you cannot apply pressure politics. He is now, Gehlot is saying that I will go to the President of India, the Prime Minister, I will gherao the Prime Minister of India. 8 crore people will gherao the Governor of Rajasthan. Is this, who will take care of law and order? Is this a democratically elected?
You can bury democracy in this country. And we can't even save our government.
So the Congress raising a question there by the end of this discussion. Okay, Adil Singh Bopara, yes, and also Gopal Krishna Agarwal, Gaurang Kant, Rajdeep Sardesai. That's an important question to end this discussion on, as Adil Singh is saying. Is this about scuttling democracy? Is this about surviving and fighting for the survival of your government? We leave that to the viewer to decide. Thank you so much for watching this discussion. I'm heading into a short.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.